Hello Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I just wanted to show you how I colored this beautiful flower using the new Brusho Crystal Colour from Stampin' Up! So I actually got this flower from the Beautiful Days stamp set, which is this one here. Has this beautiful flower here as well as this bright beautiful butterfly outline. And then of course 2 amazing greetings to use and some little dots for a background. So what I did is I actually heat embossed the flower onto some watercolor paper. So the watercolor paper I find works best with the Brusho because you need so much water to saturate and dissolve the color. So it doesn't work as well, in my opinion, with regular Whisper White cardstock. So I went ahead and I stamped the flower image with my Versamark and heat embossed it in silver. So because I'm a little bit more of a particular colorer and stamper, I actually, rather than wetting this entire thing and tapping the color on, I actually preferred to create a little color palette. So we're just going to push this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in 3 little clear blocks. And with these clear blocks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 colors that I need and tap a little bit of powder. So I actually just pulled the little tack out of the center, and I'm just going to tap just a little bit of powder onto each of the clear blocks, and then I'm going to add water to create my color palette. I will say I super prefer to do this with the green. I'm not a big fan of the color green with the Brusho Crystal Colour because it's a combination of a couple colors that create green, and you sort of get like a weird, sometimes brown, sometimes purple, and not as vibrant of a color green as I prefer. So I prefer to do it like this to really blend that color together. So now I'm just going to add little drips of ink, or of water, from my aqua painter. It looks like I have a little bit of extra blue on here, but I think it'll be okay for that. So now that I have all of my little color palettes, then I can pick up my color and color in where I wish. So we're going to start with the yellow here in the center. And depending on how vibrant you wish for your color to be, you can go back with more color, or you can stick with what it is, or you can always add more water to make it a lighter color. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color the leaf because I want to let that yellow set before I color the blue all around it. So here we're going to pull our green together and color in our leaf. And again, if I wanted a darker green leaf, I could just always add a little bit more of the powder to my little color palette here. Stir it around and mix it, and then come back and add another layer. And now it's time for that blue flower. Of course, the heat embossing adds a little bit of a border to each of the petals. So you sort of have like an outline to stick within, but I also cut this out, so it's okay if you do go outside the lines. So there you can see I have my first layer of color down. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come back in with some accents. So I'm going to add more Brusho to my little palette here and add a little bit more water and just do a few little accent areas. And that one is really dark. So I'm going to smear and add some color a little bit around. Well, it looks like I might just be making the whole flower a little bit darker than I thought, which is fine. You guys know how I am. I love my bright colors. Again, with watercolor, you know each one's going to come out different. No 2 are the same, even if you want them to be. I've tried, trust me. Try to pull in some dark over here so it doesn't look like I just messed up on that one petal. course, when it dries, it's always going to look a little bit different anyway, on which ones look a little bit lighter and darker. But you can always play with it. Of course, allow a little bit of drying time in between. If it starts to get a little wet, like it is right now, you might want to let it dry for a little bit and then come back to it and add more color or smear some color around, because you don't want to super oversaturate it. Again, you can set this aside to dry, or you can always dry it quicker with your heat tool. So that is how I colored my flower here, rather than actually tapping it into the sections. I think I'm just a little bit too much of a perfectionist that I want to make sure that my color stays in the lines and stuff. So I just use it for a color palette. And I love those nice vibrant colors that the Brusho Crystal Colour has with the project. So let's just push our little things aside. Here I cut it out, added some of the Wood Grain Textures Designer Series paper, and then added that greeting with a little bit of linen thread on the outside. I feel like it has that rustic, awesome look. You'll notice that my green and my yellow came out totally lighter in this sample than they did in this sample. So again, everyone's gonna come out a little bit different. You just never know. So let me know how you enjoy your Brusho Crystal Colour. Do you like to tap on the color, or do you like to use it on a color palette that you create? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, for more photos of these as well as other projects using Brusho Crystal Colour. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new by clicking down here. Don't forget to click that bell so that you get the notifications. And check out some of my other Technique Tuesday videos over here. I'll see you guys all next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.